drift like quiet answers no one thought to ever take. Kettle breeze, a low vibration. Steam dissolves in tender bloom. Roasted bloom in curling silence gently settles through the room. Porcelain hums beneath my fingers. Heat and stillness intertwine. Every second soft as cotton, unfolding out of time. Cotton echo in the morning. Nothing sharp and nothing clear. Every motion leaves a shadow, soft enough to disappear. A slow ritual without edges. No insistence, no demand. Just the silence gently folding in the space between my hands. White cat resting by the window, still as painted morning air. Eyes half open, holding daylight, like a secret it won't share. Dried flowers lean in quiet colors. Time has softened into grace. Vintage jars hold fragile echoes of a slower, gentler place. No disruption finds this stillness, no abrupt or hurried line. Only presence barely spoken, like a breath that feels like mine. Nothing sharp and nothing clear. Every motion leaves a shadow, soft enough to disappear. A slow ritual without edges. No insistence, no demand. Just the silence gently folding in the space between my hands. Here where the edges fade from view, where the air feels almost new. Now, nothing more to rearrange. I dissolve outside of change. Across the quiet room, dust motes turning slow like whispers, caught inside a softened bloom. Kettle hums a low vibration, steam begins a tender climb. Roasted bloom and drifting ribbons marks the passing of no time. Sugar in on the surface, melting in a careful sway. Every movement drawn in silence, like the language of the day. In the sugar sway of morning, nothing rushes, nothing pleads. Every quiet, gentle motion is enough for what I need. A soft ritual without asking, no sharp edges left to prove. Just the stillness slightly shifting in the way my hands can move. White cat settled by the window, still as painted morning air. Eyes reflecting pale horizons with a quiet distant stare. Dried flowers bend in faded color, holding on to fragile light. Vintage jars of muted seasons keep their secrets out of sight. No intrusion breaks the moment, no demand to rearrange. Only presence slow and certain in a world that doesn't change. In this sugar sway of morning, nothing rushes, nothing pleads. Every quiet, gentle motion is enough for what I need. A soft ritual without asking, no sharp edges left to prove. Just the stillness slightly shifting in the way my hands can move. Stay where the air is thin and slow, where the quiet starts to glow. Here, nothing more to understand, just the warmth within my hands. In the morning, leaning through the curtains, dust motes drift in quiet suspension. Kettle sighs with a silver whisper, marking time without intention. Ceramic cup beneath my fingers holds the weight of roasted bloom. A fragile thread of rising fragrance stitches warmth into the room. Every motion feels unspoken, measured in a softer way, like the air has learned to listen to the shape of slow today. In this airy note I'm holding, the morning bends but doesn't break. Every quiet, careful movement leaves a trace I do not take. A soft ritual in motion, nothing lost and nothing owed, just sheets of calm, silent witness to the sunlight pooling slowly in my palm. Dried flowers in faded glasses keep the hours soft and low. Vintage jars of hidden seasons hold the things I'll never show. No disturbance in the silence, no demand to rearrange, just the comfort of the present, unafraid of staying strange. In this airy note I'm holding, morning bends but doesn't break. Every quiet, careful movement leaves a trace I do not take. A soft ritual in motion, nothing lost and nothing owed. Just the stillness gently opening in the path my hands have known. Stay where the seconds fall apart, no edges, no sharp start. Here in the space between the sound, where I am simply found. Amber sunlight spills in ribbons across the quiet wooden floor. Dust motes drift without a question, like they've been here long before. Kettle murmurs low and distant, porcelain cool beneath my hand. Roasted bloom begins to open in a way I understand. Every second stretches thinner, wrapped in hush, no need to speak. There's a rhythm in the stillness, moving slow, serene and deep. Satin swing of quiet hours, turning soft in shades of cream. Every motion, every silence drifts between what is and seems. A slow ritual gently woven, nothing urgent, nothing loud. Just the morning leaning closer, like a thought I'm not allowed. White cat resting by the window, still as porcelain in the light. Eyes reflecting quiet stories of the fading edge of night. Dry flowers and fragile vases hold the colors time let go. Vintage jars of amber shadows keep the things I'll never show. No intrusion in this moment, no sharp edges left to trace. Just the comfort of the silence settling softly into place. Satin swing of quiet hours, turning soft in shades of cream. Every motion, every silence drifts between what is and seems. A slow ritual gently woven, nothing urgent, nothing loud. Just the morning leaning closer, like a thought I'm not allowed. Here where the air forgets to move, where there's nothing left to prove. Everything feels softly right. Da-da, da-da, morning settles pale and thin, amber slipping through the shade. Dust motes right where light has been, soft as something half remembered made. A kettle hums a quiet line, barely there then gone again. She pours the roasted bloom in time, like tracing thoughts she won't explain. Vintage jars in muted glass hold the hush of yesterday. Petals dry but somehow last in a tender, faded way. Morning mist drifting slow in a space I've come to know. Every breath a softer view, every second feels like true. By her side a white cat stays, curled within the quiet glow. Eyes like calm unspoken days, watching things she'll never show. Outside moves in distant blur, faint like echoes through a wall. But inside the air is pure, nothing rushes here at all. Her fingers circle porcelain, warmth begins to bloom and rise. And in that small unfolding then she meets the stillness in her eyes. Morning mist drifting slow in a space I've come to know. Every breath a softer view, every second feels like true. Stay right here, don't let it fade. This fragile calm the light has made. No need to reach, no need to move. I'm held inside this quiet groove. Like a veil that softly lifts, like a trace the morning gift. Time dissolves in silver mist. All I am exists in this. Morning leans on linen light, amber breathing through the room. Dust motes wander soft and slight in a hush that learns to bloom. Porcelain waits beneath her gaze, cool as thoughts not spoken yet. She pours the roasted bloom and sways, each drop a quiet silhouette. Dried flowers in a tender band, colors worn but gently true. Hold a stillness they don't spend, like a day that never flew. cozy flow, take me slow where the quiet rivers go. In this cup the world feels small, soft enough to hold it all. A white cat folds into the light, breathing in a silver pause, eyes half dreaming out of sight, still without a need or cause. Outside hums in distant lines, blur beyond the window pane, but inside the moment shines, free from measure, free from name. Her fingers warm along the curve, steam unravels into air, and the calm she doesn't serve finds her waiting, resting. Cozy flow, take me slow where the quiet rivers go. In this cup the world feels small, soft enough to hold it all. Nothing moves and nothing needs. All I am is what this is, in between the silent beats. I become the quiet bliss, like a wave that barely shows, like a warmth that softly grows. Time dissolves in gentle glow. I am here in cozy flow. Amber light spills across the floorboards, dust motes dancing in a quiet line. Kettle hums like a distant memory, time unfolding unassigned. Porcelain waits beneath my fingers, roasted bloom begins to rise. In the hush of early hours, I watch the world through softened eyes. Every movement slow and tender, nothing asking me to run, just the rhythm of the stillness and the promise of the sun. This quiet morning, softly turning in a cup of gold and cream, every small and sacred motion feels like something in between, a gentle ritual unspoken, no need to chase or prove, just the silence slowly woven in the way my hands can move. White cat resting by the window, eyes half closed, looking to seize it all. Still as painted porcelain figures, listening to the daylight call. Vintage jars and faded flowers hold the echoes of before. In this quiet little corner, I don't need much more. No footsteps rushing through the moment, no voice to break the air, just the calm of being present and knowing I am here. This quiet morning, softly turning in a cup of golden cream. Every small and sacred motion feels like something in between. A gentle ritual, unspoken, no need to chase or prove. Just the silence slowly woven in the way my hands can move. Stay right here in the in-between, where nothing's lost, nothing leans. Light falling through the quiet air. I don't need to go kind. Amber morning settles slowly on the edges of the room. Dust motes drifting quiet circles, tracing lines the light consumes. Cattle breathe a low confession. Steam like silk begins to rise. Roasted bloom in tender spirals paints a hush across my eyes. Porcelain waits within my fingers, heat and stillness intertwine. Every second steeped in softness, like a thought I won't define. Misty Moka in the morning, curling slow in quiet air. Every movement turns to meaning simply by the way I care. Soft ritual without edges, nothing borrowed, nothing owed, just the silence gently deepening in the path this moment shows. White cat resting by the window, still as if the world stood still. Eyes reflecting pale horizons, bent along the morning's will. Dried flowers lean in quiet clusters, colors faded into grays. Vintage jars hold fragile seasons. Time has chosen not to chase. No disturbance finds this stillness. No sharp rhythm pulls me through. Only presence, slow and weightless, like a breath I never knew. Misty Moka in the morning, curling slow in quiet air. Every movement turns to meaning simply by the way I care. Soft ritual without edges, nothing borrowed, nothing owed, just the silence gently deepening in the path this moment shows. Here where the hours drift unseen, soft between what's been and been. Time Amber threads of light are falling through the linen of the day. Dust motes drift like quiet letters no one thought to send away. Kettle hums in softened silver, counter cool against my skin. Roasted bloom begins unfolding somewhere deep and somewhere thin. Every motion laced with patience, every second loosely tied, like the morning's woven fabric, breathing slow from side to side. Morning lace around the hours, falling soft on everything. In the hush of simple gestures, there's a quiet kind of swing, a soft ritual finely threaded. No sharp edges, nothing rushed, just the stillness lightly resting in a world that's gently hushed. White cat resting near the window, still as porcelain in light. Eyes half open, holding silence between shadow and the bright. Dried flowers lean in glass like memory, colors worn but never gone. Vintage jars keep time in fragments of a slow and quiet dawn. No disturbance finds this moment, no demand to rearrange. Only presence softly anchored in a space that doesn't change. Falling soft on everything. In the hush of simple gestures, there's a quiet kind of swing, a soft ritual finely threaded. No sharp edges, nothing rushed, just the stillness lightly resting in a world that's gently hushed. Here, where the light begins to stay and the noise just fades away. Nothing more I need to trace. I dissolve in morning lace. Morning gathers in softened gold, amber leaning through the pane. Dust motes drift unhurried, slow, like a thought without a name. On the counter, quiet porcelain, thin and pale beneath her touch. She pours the roasted bloom within, letting time loosen its clutch. Dried florals rest in gentle sleep, use it blush and weathered tone, keeping secrets calm and deep of a past the light has known. Warm brew held so near, like a whisper I can hear. In its glow I come to stay. Let the world just drift away. A white cat curls in drifting sun, still a silent shaped in fur. Every breath a quiet one, every moment soft and sure. Outside moves in distant waves, tilted through the window's frame, but inside the stillness saves every second from a name. Her fingers trace the cup's embrace, heat unfolding slow and true, and the calm she cannot chase finds its home in something brewed. Is warm brew held so near, like a whisper I can hear. In its glow I come to stay. Let the world just drift away. Stay in this, no need to move. Every breath becomes a groove. Nothing lost and nothing new, only warmth in what I do. Like a glow that lingers low, like a place